My name is Pauline, and I'm a 28-year-old working professional. I returned to the US about a year ago after spending some time abroad due to college. Now I'm working at a trading company where I get to use my language skills every day. I'm fully committed to both my work and my hobbies, and I feel like I'm living life to the fullest. Today's the happiest day of my life because it's my wedding day. I'm marrying John, who is 3 years older than me. Actually, he's also a friend to my brother Danny. John started his own company right after graduating college and became very successful. Danny is the vice president of that company. They were best friends from their school days and now they're incredible business partners, always praising each other's strengths. We met through Danny, became friends immediately, and started dating soon after. My parents were excited about the marriage. John had a tough childhood. He lost his parents when he was young and was exchanged between relatives. Because of that, he values relationships deeply, which is something I really admire about him.
John, you can think of us as your real parents from now on.
That's right. Even if Pauline and Danny aren't around, you can always come visit us.
Thank you so much.
My parents loved John. I was feeling so happy, but then one of the staff members at the venue approached us, and suddenly it felt like a storm cloud had come over the day.
Groom, bride, there's a bit of a problem.
What? What happened? The staff member looked worried.
Well, it seems none of the guests from bride's side have arrived, except for her family members.
What? We sent out invitations and everyone responded yes. I rushed to the reception hall and saw that, except for my parents and relatives, there was really no one else from my side. Why is this happening? Just then, my phone rang. The number displayed was unknown. Who could this be? I was hesitant about answering a number I didn't recognize, but I thought it might be an emergency call about the situation, so I picked up. Hello?
Hey, Pauline?
Wait, Stacy? What the heck? How do you even have my number?
Oh, I just came up with some excuses and got it from a friend of yours.
Stacy is an old associate of mine from preschool. We went to the same elementary, middle, and high school. This girl, let me tell you, she's got the looks but the worst personality. She used to call me ugly and despise me just because I was better at academics and sports. She seemed to see me as some kind of rival. I, of course, never considered her my competitor. But we lived close by, went to the same schools, and took the same route. So there was no avoiding her. Her parents were just as rude and never bothered to greet mine, so our families didn't get along either. Why would Stacy be calling me now, of all times? Just to let you know, I didn't invite Stacy to the wedding. I've never thought of her as a friend. When I murmured Stacy's name, John noticed and his face turned gloomy.
Stacy is that person, right?
Yeah, that's her. John's expression immediately turned sour, which was no surprise. You see, there was a time when John and I were together and we happened to run into Stacy. Stacy fell in love with John at first sight and forcefully pursued him. Despite trying hard for a while when John didn't return the favor, I heard from someone that she started dating someone else. For John, those unpleasant memories probably came rushing back. I suddenly felt a bad feeling developing over me.
Hey, what's up? Today's your wedding day, right? That's why you were sad about your guests not showing up.
My bad feeling was starting to become a certainty.
By the way, I'm at your wedding. You know, it's actually my wedding day too. I guess it was just a coincidence that our ceremonies were on the same day. I made sure to give you a special ceremony with just the two of you. Surprise?
What?
I went around telling everyone that Pauline's wedding was canceled. I said the wedding was canceled because of Pauline's cheating. No one would have reached out to you if they thought you were such a disgrace.
That's why even my parents, who usually have information, didn't realize. No one would ask them if they heard their daughter cheated and her wedding was canceled. Stacy was always up to no good since she was a kid. How dare you do this?
You know, I couldn't take your husband, but I did take your wedding and guests. And no one wants to see an ugly bride in a wedding dress anyway. Enjoy your lonely wedding. Oh, and by the way, my husband is an heir to a family business. My choice in a partner wins.
With that, the call ended. I was in shock and told John and my parents what the call was about. I was about to cry, but my parents said something.
So what? We have relatives here who are here to celebrate. There's no way we're letting someone like her cancel your wedding. No matter what anyone says, today is your day. That's right. You two are not the type to be discouraged by this. Let's enjoy the day with the people who love you. Pauline, let's have a party with our close friends some other time. Today is a day just for you and me.
Yeah, they're right. With my parents and John's kindness and courage, I regained my calmness.
It's unforgivable for her to ruin our wedding.
Yeah, I know.
Let's find out which heir Stacy married. Depending on the situation, we can take direct action.
My parents comforted me, while John and Danny were furious. We still had a great wedding surrounded by people who truly cared. Right after the ceremony, John and Danny got their employees to investigate Stacy's new husband. What they found out was pretty interesting. Few days after the wedding, we held a party at the same venue with our friends invited. When our friends found out that the reason for our canceled wedding was Stacy, they were very apologetic. They regretted believing her words. As an apology, they made sure to celebrate our wedding in grand style. Of course, our parents were there too.
It was very nice to be celebrated by all of your friends. It felt like the drinks were plenty.
This kind of party isn't bad either. Pauline, you looked beautiful in your wedding dress, but you look even more stunning in that cocktail dress.
Thank you. Suddenly, an unexpected guest entered forcefully into the venue, pushing past the staff who tried to stop them. What? Why are you here?
You guys just entered in here without an invitation. We didn't invite you.
It was only natural for us to be furious because the ones who entered were Stacy and her husband.
John, Polly, and Danny, I'm so sorry. Please, forgive us.
Stacy and her husband immediately threw themselves on the ground as soon as they arrived. What? Now you apologize? It's too late for that.
Please, please save my company.
I'm begging you. All our business partners have cut ties with us. If we lose our work, we're done for sure.
John responded coldly to Stacy's husband, who was crying and pleading.
That's none of my concern.
No, please, I'm sorry.
The world is smaller than you think. Here's what we found out. Stacy's heir husband turned out to be from a subcontractor of a subcontractor to John's company. Apparently, they had never met face to face, but after discovering this, John and Danny decided to visit the subcontractors and inform them of Stacy and her husband's actions.
We simply told them the truth about what you did. We didn't put any pressure on them regarding business. I didn't know either. I didn't know Pauline was your childhood friend or that she was marrying John.
Ha! You said it would be fun to crash the wedding of a girl you didn't like and steal her guests. You were all for it.
I didn't know they were connected to John and Pauline.
What are you talking about? You were laughing along with me.
Well, it seems like they're both equally guilty.
There's no room for sympathy here.
I think they need a little punishment.
Even if we don't take any action, it will only be a matter of time before your business partners cut ties with you. People have been talking about how disorganized your work has become ever since you took over the company. And they also said your wife interferes way too much. Your story has also become quite the rumor. Your wife has been interfering with estimates and causing trouble.
Oh, Pauline, help. Tell them to do something.
I'm not going to help. You always act like this. It's really frustrating.
Everyone always praises Pauline. Even though I have better style and looks, Pauline is more popular than me. It doesn't make sense. You're smart, went to an overseas university, came back, joined a great company, and your boyfriend is a company president. I didn't want to lose.
I had no intention of competing with you.
From now on, I don't want to see your faces. Also, we will demand compensation for ruining our wedding.
You've caused great trouble for the venue and our friends, so we'll need compensation.
And since you lied, fraud charges might also apply.
Oh, Pauline, this person was insulting you, calling you ugly, right?
Yes, there's also the defamation charge. Oh dear, seems you will be starting your married life with so much debt. Is that okay?
By the way, your company seems to be collapsing, so you better hurry and disappear. Just wait for the lawyer. we're supporting Pauline, so don't show your face again. If you do, well...
The two of them hurriedly ran away. After that, Stacy's husband's company went bankrupt. Their terrible actions were exposed, and it was revealed that they had been mismanaging the company, leading to massive debt. In the end, their company collapsed, and they were disowned by their parents. The husband is struggling to pay the damages. Stacy was sued from various directions, became deeply in debt, and ended up in the nightlife industry. Not long after, they divorced. Meanwhile, I am thriving in my job and personal life, and now I'm expecting a baby with John.
I can't wait for the baby to be born.
It's still a long wait, more than 6 months to meet the baby.
It feels like a long time. Although I struggled as a child, I believe I'm the happiest person in the world now.
I'm also very happy now. I hope to continue living happily forever. Thank you for watching. What kind of unique Pauline will appear next? Stay tuned.
Alright, time to dig in. Wait, what is this?
Meat?
Meat? I was in the mood for fish today.
But we had fish yesterday and the day before yesterday too.
That's true, but that's because you wanted it.
If you were in the mood for fish, you should have told me. How am I supposed to know?
You should know by now. When we've had this much meat in a row, it's obvious I'd want fish.
David's unreasonable demands are really becoming annoying. There's no way I could have known that.
It's your job as my wife to figure it out. Go get some fish and make dinner again.
I can't. It took me a long time to cook this, and it's a waste of food.
You're so economical. It's fine, it's just dinners for two. Fine if you are going to be that way.
He said that and dumped the French dish I had taken time to cook into the trash can.
Great, now dinner's gone. I'm not eating just salad and potatoes.
This was too much. I can't forgive him anymore. Alright, I'll cook it again for you. Make sure you enjoy it like it's your last meal.
Wow, Anna, your lunch looks delicious.
Oh, really? But it's just something I prepared quickly.
I've been working overtime lately, so it's all leftovers. Wow, I'm so jealous of your husband for having such a great cook for a wife.
Anna, did you take cooking classes or something? Nope, I'm self-taught.
That's amazing.
My name is Anna. I'm a 40-year-old working housewife. Since I'm just average, I'm known as a box lunch woman at work. I do enjoy cooking, and it feels good to be complimented, but lately, I've been having mixed feelings about it. I'm home.
You're late.
The laundry isn't folded, and you didn't wash the dishes either. I asked you to do it this morning, didn't I?
Oh, did you?
How many times are you going to ignore our agreements?
It's fine, you can just do it.
This time I'll do it, but you need to keep your promises.
What do you mean, this time? It's your job to do it in the first place. You're acting like I'm the one who is lazy.
Normally, chores are shared. The idea that chores are for women only is outdated. You should be careful saying that. You'll get in trouble at work.
Who told you that? For decades, women have been doing chores and society functioned just fine. You're trying to change that is like making a hip-hop artist sing country music.
What kind of comparison is that?
If you start making more money than I do, maybe I'll change my mind. But unfortunately, I'm the one who earns more right now. If you make less, it's only natural you contribute more in other ways.
I'm done. My husband David is completely uncooperative when it comes to chores. He's not just lazy, he's deliberate about it. When I try to oppose him, he always twists things around with his stupid logic. It's exhausting. And what's even more frustrating is when he...
What's this?
What do you mean? You said you wanted steamed dumplings tonight.
And what is this?
It's steamed dumpling.
This boring dish isn't appetizing at all. You know, half the enjoyment of food is how it looks. I've told you this before.
I'm sorry.
Make it again right now, or add some side dishes that look more appealing.
Is it okay to be cold?
I don't care if it gets cold, just hurry up. And this is all meat, right? Make something healthy with vegetables too.
David has recently started condemning and making demands about the meals I cook. Every day he sends me a list on the WhatsApp with what he wants for dinner. If they were simple requests like Italian, Chinese, or curry, I'd be okay with it. But he's strangely specific, like wanting it to be aesthetically pleasing or asking for vegetable-loaded waterless curry. And if it's not exactly how he imagined it, he goes into a fit like this. It's strange because he rarely complains about the taste. It's always about the ingredients or presentation.
Finally, here it is. Wow, this looks delicious.
Can I start eating?
Yeah, go ahead. Dig in, dig in.
Got it.
Alright, this looks good enough, I guess. Well, here I go. This is tasty. Yeah, Anna, your cooking is the best in the world.
Oh, thank you. When my cooking meets his expectations, he exaggerates the compliments pretty well. Honestly, it feels more weird than complimenting. I remember when we first started dating, he used to praise my cooking like this. But thinking about that makes it hard for me to express my opinions. And here comes another request. Today's request is French cuisine. Such a demanding guy. Cooking French food at home sounds like a trouble. Luckily, I had the day off, so I had plenty of time. I guess it's good to try something different once in a while. Once I got into the pleasure of cooking, even the complicated parts became surprisingly enjoyable. Before I knew it, I had made a pretty attractive French dinner. I can't wait to see David's reaction. With a menu like this, he can't possibly complain.
I'm home.
Welcome back.
Wow, something smells amazing.
I made French food just like you requested. Come on, eat while it's hot. David looked at the spread on the table with wide eyes.
Whoa, this is impressive. It looks perfect.
Right? Right? Okay, let's eat.
Alright, here I go.
What's wrong?
Is this meat?
Yeah.
I'm actually in the mood for fish today.
But we had fish yesterday and the day before.
That's true, but that's because you wanted it.
If you were in the mood for fish, you should have told me. How am I supposed to know?
You should know by now. When we've had this much meat in a row, it's obvious I'd want fish.
David's unreasonable demands are really annoying. Ugh, there's no way I could have known that.
It's your job as my wife to figure it out. Go get some fish and make dinner again.
I can't. It took me a long time to cook this, and it's a waste of food.
Ugh, you're so economical. It's fine, it's just dinners for two. Fine, if you're going to be that way.
He said that and dumped the French dish I had dedicated myself to cook into the trash can.
Great, now dinner's gone. I'm not eating just salad and potatoes.
This was too much. I can't forgive him anymore. Alright, I'll cook it again for you. Make sure you enjoy it like it's your last meal.
Finally, you've realized it. You are really a useless wife.
You didn't even notice my last warning. I decided to use my final tactic. David had gone on a business trip for the weekend, which meant I was supposed to handle all the household chores, but I didn't do a single thing. Monday night, David came home. His request was for some fancy pasta.
I'm home. What the hell happened to this place?
Our house was a mess with garbage, clothes thrown around, and empty ramen cups everywhere.
What's going on? This place is a disaster. What have you been doing?
Oh, it doesn't really matter, does it?
What? What's gotten into you? What about dinner? You said you'd make pasta tonight, right?
I didn't make anything. I'm not hungry. I just ate some ramen noodles.
What? What's that supposed to mean?
I don't want to cook for someone who doesn't feel like family.
What do you mean by that?
I'm divorcing you.
Divorce? What did I do wrong?
Are you really that clueless? You never do any of the chores I ask, and you constantly make these picky requests for meals. Then you complain about what I make. Who do you think I am to you? Did you think I wouldn't have anything to say about it? I poured out all my frustrations and grievances to David, tears streaming down my face. He was annoyed at first, but as he saw how serious I was, he gradually became more sad.
I'm sorry, Anna. It's all my fault. I didn't consider your feelings at all and just poured all the housework on you. I promise I'll change. I'll help out more and I won't complain about your cooking anymore.
David was practically crying, rubbing his forehead against the floor. It seemed my tactic had worked better than expected. All right, lift your head. As long as you understand.
Oh, Anna, I realize now that I can't live without you.
Since then, David's attitude finally started to change.
Hey, I'm home.
Welcome back.
I'm thinking maybe something Asian for dinner tonight. I took out the trash.
Did you take out the trash?
Yes, I did.
And the laundry?
I folded it and put it away in the drawers.
All right, I'll make dinner for you. From that day on, we set a rule between us. I'd only take David's dinner requests if he took care of the trash and laundry first. At first, David stuck to the rule pretty well, but then, a few months later. I'm back. Oh, hey David. Did you fold the laundry?
No, not yet.
Okay, then there's no dinner. Find something to eat on your own.
Alright.
I'm back. Hey, didn't I ask you to fold the laundry?
Ugh, stop complaining. What are you, my mom?
No dinner for you then.
Are you serious?
You get it now?
Yeah. Hey, you want some ramen too? It's not that bad.
No thanks. A few months later, David started lazying on the housework. Even though I told him not to cook, he didn't care and would eat takeaway or instant noodles from the convenience store without any resistance. Day after day, David neither took out the trash nor folded the laundry. Our household became a place where we barely talked, eating in silence. At first, I tried to handle everything alone, but eventually, I had to take over all the chores, including cooking. Dinner is ready. It's just some leftovers I mixed together, but it should taste fine.
Oh, thanks.
It's okay, but you used to be so particular about presentation. I just used what was in the fridge.
I have some stock.
What?
Nothing. Well, if I ever want you to cook something special, I will ask. I'll help out more.
Even though the complaints about the cooking stopped, the arrangement between us became quite one-sided, with me handling all the chores. The reason David suddenly stopped caring about the quality of the food became clear in an unexpected place.
Wow, today's box lunch looks amazing. You're always so on top of things.
Oh, it's been a rough time.
I'm actually trying to get better at cooking just like you.
Really? Are you taking cooking classes or something?
No, I prefer to relax on my days off. I just don't have the time.
So do you look for recipes online?
Not really. I don't have the energy to cook after work. Well, I follow some cooking accounts on social media for inspiration.
Does that help with cooking?
Sort of. But I did get a DM from someone for asking a date on one of those accounts. He even sent a selfie.
Really? What did he say?
He was saying how he is a house husband, loving his wife and cooking, but it turns out he is actually a pretty hostile guy. It's scary how some men act.
That's awful, but the food he posts looks amazing.
Yeah, look at this. Doesn't it look delicious?
Oh, wow. That does look good.
Huh? What's wrong? You seem shocked.
The moment I saw that account, I was shocked. I renewed my vow for revenge against David.
I'm home. I'm starving. I really want to try some of your amazing cooking for once. Oh, sorry. I forgot I needed to do the chores. Is there anything I can do?
No, you don't need to worry about the chores anymore. I won't cook for you ever again.
What do you mean?
I'm serious this time. I'm leaving. Here's a divorce paper. Sign it and send it to my parents.
What are you talking about, Anna? Did I do something wrong? If so, I'm sorry.
David thought that if he apologized like before, everything would be fine. But I was serious this time. I was ready to go to court if needed.
But I'm trying to help with the chores. Just cook as I ask.
You're going to be lazy again once you have some stock.
Huh?
David's face turned pale as he realized what was going on. It's not every day you get to follow an amazing home cooking lady with 50,000 followers.
Where did you get that information?
From the account where you were sending DM pickup lines. It's ironic how you're supposed to be a devoted house husband, but are so active on social media.
That's quite the opposite.
But you've got bad luck too. I can't believe he was seducing my coworker. David had been pretending to be a home cooking expert on social media, posting pictures of food he didn't make, and building a decent following as an influencer. He was using his social media status to seduce women through DMs. If it weren't for my coworker becoming a victim, I wouldn't have discovered this. Hey, what's the deal? I endured all your harsh words while cooking for you, just to satisfy your self-importance.
Shut up, just be quiet. What does it matter? Isn't it a wife's job to support her husband's hobbies? If you can't understand that, then let's get a divorce.
Oh, really? Well then, the life of your cooking-obsessed house husband persona is over.
Fine by me. Unlike you, I'm popular. I'll just find another cooking expert to start a relationship with.
Wow, the confidence of a man in his 40s is impressive. And then I delivered the final blow. The fact that he was seducing young women while pretending to be a devoted house husband. One of the women he seduced posted pictures on social media, and it caught the attention of the online community. It's causing quite a commotion. Look, your phone notifications are going crazy.
Oh, there are so many comments. It's so humiliating. They're calling me a traitor and saying they feel sick.
And I'm sure you're not even cooking anymore. Congrats on becoming popular. This is solid proof of your cheating. Thanks for leaving such clear evidence. With the evidence in hand, I got David to sign the divorce papers and the divorce was finalized. Afterward, David's illegal side jobs and violating company rules by accepting money as an influencer were exposed, and he was fired and he lost everything. He became afraid of being in the spotlight and is now working in a remote food processing plant. Meanwhile, without David, I finally rediscovered the true joy of cooking, and I'm considering opening my own cooking class someday.